Hello everyone, welcome back to MixBest TV. David here. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, I want to show you a tool that pretty much revolutionized my workflow when producing pop, EDM, electronic music in general, anything with sample. And this tool happens to be 100% free. Not only that, but it comes with a couple of gigs of free samples. Now at version 4, let's get to it. It's Loopcloud. I've been using it since version 3, but version 4 comes with a bunch of new great features, including editing capabilities inside Loopcloud itself, like splicing, reversing, fade in, fade out, pitch shifting, auto key, and a bunch of features that we will see in a minute. So what is Loopcloud? Many things, but the first one would be a sample and loop organizer. So you have a gigantic library, and what's the problem? Every time you look for the perfect snare, the perfect kick, the perfect loop, it takes forever to find your loop. And then you maybe collect a bunch of them, then you have to import them in your session, try them on your track, see if they work or not, and that takes time. Loopcloud makes this whole process a breeze. So we're seeing the main interface here on the left. There are all your samples, all the folders with your You can see mine. Some are the free samples that comes with Loopcloud when you download it for free, and there are many, and there are also very good samples, by the way. At top you can see I imported my own library. This Loop Master Loops is a folder that contains all the samples that I bought or downloaded from the store, because this is the great thing about Loopcloud. It's connected to a store, to loopmaster.com, which is the biggest library for samples and loop. And you can pick and choose any pack that you see in the store. You can search here whatever you need. You need a bass, you just type it in and it will start looking for bass in the store. The great thing about it is you can try any of the sounds in the store in your track real time. So you can just open one, just say loops, bass, and just play it in real time in your DAW. And you can do that with any sound in the store. We will see this function specifically later though. Let's go back to the library, because we said the first important, very useful function of Loopcloud is organizing your sample library and audition any sound, any loop real time. So you can find any sound you can possibly need quickly, and you can audition it in your DAW directly. Because like I said, Loopcloud is connected to your DAW. You can see here at the bottom right, there's DAW connected to Pro Tools. My Pro Tools is here behind the main interface. And here in Pro Tools, you open in the insert slot the Loopcloud plugin. And this one is basically just a rewire plugin, allows Pro Tools to connect to Loopcloud and vice versa. And you can play any sample in real time and try it on your track. But being in Rewire and in sync with your DAW allows Loopcloud to do so many more things. For example, if you have a melody, if you have a bass line, you can press auto key, as you can see. In this case, the key of my song is in C. If I press auto, it will auto transpose my loop, any loop. Okay, so you can change octave manually, of course. You can close, of course, the Loopcloud plugin. We will talk about this in a minute, because now Loopcloud version 4 also allowed for MIDI playing. With a keyboard directly from Pro Tools, but we will see that later. The great thing is the way Loopcloud tags your loop. So you see the menu up top here. You can search and explore your gigantic library by instrument, for example. Drum, cymbals, effects, guitar, keyboard, mixed, percussion, strings, anything, synth, vocals, whatever you have in your library. When you import your library into Loopcloud, or when you get it from the store, it will immediately auto tag all your samples, and it's really good at it. You can see here we have, again, genres, so electric, downtempo, house, hip hop, jazz, anything. By labels, in the format, you have audio, MP3, Rex2, WAV file, MIDI file. It also handles presets. You can see I have a bunch of massive preset here. Additional, you can tag and search your samples by rhythm, for example, key and BPM, so you can only search samples, for example, in C, and also minor or major scale if you want. BPM, you can limit the search to 100 or whatever to 140, and in your search will only appear the samples in that BPM range. It's so easy to find any sound you need. So let's try to build quickly a track, or at least a scratch track, something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in my library and just search kick. Now here in this content type, you can see, first of all, now here are all my kicks. You can see here there's instrument, there's content type that can be one shot or loops, format, genres, this is very important, and then format and whatever additional tag you have on that loop. Let's see, for example, I just want kicks in the chill out, and also let's go to the genre, electro and hip hop. And here are all my kicks, whether or not they're loops or one shot in this genre. Let's just quickly scroll through them. Okay, let's see, I like this kick. So as you can see here, I have a function called download HQ file. So all these loops right now are not downloaded into my hard drive, are in the cloud. You can see the state. So if I click download, it will download the file. And now I can choose to import the original sample or the process. The process would be already in key if I have auto key selected, and in the BPM, in the correct BPM on my song. So I'm gonna just drag it and import it here, and I have my kick. So let's just do a simple 4 on the floor for this kick drum, and let's just copy it a bunch of times just to give ourselves a little bit of space to experiment. I'm not trying to build a full legit track, just want to give you guys an overview of the functions of Loopcloud and how easy it makes your workflow. So let's play this. Okay, now let's just add a bass. So I'm gonna type in bass in my search bar and limit the research to bass house, let's say minimal. Let's see what we have. This could work. Let's see, I like that one. So is already downloaded on my hard drive. You can see the state is hard drive, or if it's not, it's gonna just show the cloud here. So I'm just gonna import the processed one. Now I'm copying here, but like I said, I could edit my loop inside Loopcloud, which we're gonna see later. Let's see how that sounds with our kick. Okay, we can live with that for now. Now let's try to add a snare. So let's just get rid of the tags for the genre and just let's hear what I have snare wise in my collection. Let's just scroll through them. Let's say for the purpose of the video, I'm okay with the snare. This gives me the chance to show you the patterns. So you can see it is one shot. But you can see if I click on the pattern menu, I have bar, beat, accent shaker, kicks, percussion, snare, and claps. So by selecting any of these, it will auto create a pattern, a new pattern for my snare, which is now just one shot. So let's play with it. Okay, let's just say I'm happy with this. I downloaded the file and now importing it into my session processed. As you can see, it will give me the exact loop pattern that I created with the reverse hits. So we're gonna put it in our loop, copy it. Now let's say, for example, I want to find some sort of melody. So I'm just gonna search melody and just go for instrument. Let's say we can pick synth, keyboard, mixed, wind and brass. So let's play with this, see what we have. Let's say we're happy with that. And of course, as I mentioned before, you can do editing inside Loopcloud now. So you can slice up the loop and invert parts, cut them out. And once you have your part, you just dragged it into your DAW and you have the exact pattern you created with all the cuts, the reverse, everything. And just to add something else, for example, something that is really cool in the loop collection in Loopcloud and in the store is there are several tops. In this case, for the tops, let's see what we have in electro, not much. House, we have many. So let's listen to what we have. This could be cool. So again, we can play with the patterns if we want. And you can again cut and paste your loop the way you want it. Reverse things. And reset to auto. You got the idea, but so many things you can do with Loopcloud. Like I said before, now it takes input MIDI. So whatever loop you find, for example, I go for a bass loop, and this is how it sounds. I can play with my keyboard. And you can come up with your own sound, with your own melody. You can record the actual MIDI part and then play with your keyboard. So this is another sample. But for example, if you search for synths and only one shot, let's try one of these two. You can play your melody with any sound that you find on Loopcloud. Or you can have the pattern play for you if you find something that is interesting. To create patterns, to create rhythm, but you can experiment with synth sounds and everything else. If you're set to auto, and for example, instead of content type, instead of one shot, we go for loops. Let's see what we have for synths. And again, you can see I just download the file and have my loop in the session, drag it around, cut and paste it either inside Loopcloud or your DAW. And so much more you can do with Loopcloud. Again, like I said, it's connected to a store. So if in your library you don't find the sound that you want, you just type in here whatever sound you want, and instead of searching in your library, you can search in the store. And here, for example, let's go again with synth melody. I don't know what is gonna come out, but you can see it's connected to the store, and we'll give you a bunch of suggestions on packs that are available on the store that you can audition in real time on your track. And of course, even for the sounds that are in the store, you still have available the option of chopping them. Before buying it. So at this point, if you want the sound, you're already in the store, you just buy the file. When you download Loopcloud, which again, it's free and it comes with more than 2 gigs of samples already, every week you get a free sample pack. So it doesn't really get any better than this. All your samples, no matter how big your library is, just easy to search by tag, instrument, genres, label, format, key and BPM. You can audition all of them real time in your library, including all the sounds that you can find in the store. We have a 20% discount that never expires. Use code Rockstar1. It's gonna be in the info box down below to get anything, any pack, any sound on loopmaster.com or directly from the store on Loopcloud. You can buy one sample, you can buy one loop, you can buy 10 packs. Doesn't matter if it's a new release, if it's an older release, get 20% off. I hope this video was useful. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like. If you have any question, leave it in the comment down below. Follow Mixbus TV on Facebook and Instagram. We have a lot of great news that are going to be announced on those pages, and there's exclusive content. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.